Hey, good morning, Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. We have some new pups to cover from Victoria Animal Control and some familiar faces as well as some new additions from Palm Valley Animal Center, so be sure to stay tuned. Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Thanks for tuning in. My apologies for the late start today. I've been experiencing a couple of technical difficulties ever since I started pre-recording my broadcast instead of doing it live via Skype. I've been having to do a whole lot of pre-production on video clips, and that's taking up a lot of space in my computer and making everything process a whole lot slower than it normally does. So I'm going to have to end up working on freeing up some space so that I can avoid that kind of delay in the future. But thank you for being patient and hanging in there with me. I do appreciate it. First thing I'd like to talk about, for those of you that are tuning in for the first time today, thank you very much for joining. One thing that I'd like to explain is how the broadcast actually works. So essentially you're going to be tuning in every day, Monday through Friday, if you're available to do so at 10 a.m., hoping that there's not any kind of delays in the future as well. But the aim is to start at 10 a.m. and you will tune in on Facebook Live to be able to watch the broadcast. And whenever you're watching, you actually have the capability to be able to make comments in the chat. So what you can actually do as you're watching the broadcast, if you see an animal, a dog or a cat that we are featuring that day that you may be interested in for yourself personally, or even if you happen to know any rescue organizations that might be interested in tagging them to pull them into their organization as well, you can actually make a comment in the live feed, or you can actually tag the rescue organization. And if you're not familiar with how to do that, all you have to do is actually type the @ button, the symbol, and then you're going to type the name of the organization, and as long as you know that tagline, you should be able to tag them at any moment during the broadcast. So at the end of the broadcast, when I go back through and I monitor the feed, because unfortunately right now I'm not able to do so. I can import the feed, and I will eventually be able to do that live during the broadcast, but right now, the way the broadcast is set up to be pre-recorded, I'm actually not going to be able to interrupt that pre-recorded feed to be able to monitor it. So what I will actually do is at the end of the broadcast, I'll go back through the feed and I will look and see if anybody has tagged a rescue organization or expressed interest on their own personal behalf. And I will actually reach out to you after the broadcast to let you know what the next steps are, to be able to either put you in touch with that shelter or to be able to get you the appropriate document to be able to fill out that I can actually forward to them so they can start processing your application if you're interested in an animal. So other than that, I also need to express, it's really important to keep in mind that all of the dogs that are being featured here on this broadcast are all potentially facing euthanization. I know they seem happy and healthy and well taken care of, and they absolutely are, but each of them has a very real exit deadline that they are all facing. So please keep in mind that during the broadcast, any animal you see, they need to be rescued, adopted, they need to be removed from the shelter as soon as possible in any way, shape, or form. We need to work together to be able to share this video broadcast with other people and be able to network them the best that we possibly can with the people that we already work with. I know it seems like still a little bit of a foreign concept to be able to share a video broadcast trying to rescue animals, but I'm trying to introduce a new platform that will make it easy for people to be able to see multiple dogs from the same shelter in video form, not necessarily just sharing photo posts, which is great, but I'm trying to introduce this new process to everybody. So please keep in mind, it is very easy to share a video. It's as easy to share it as it is a photo post. So please do what you can to share these broadcasts to the people that you already work with to network animals. And let's try to get these animals saved, because the whole point of this broadcast, Shelter Your Pets Live, is to try to keep these animals alive and network them into happy, loving homes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the broadcast from Victoria Animal Control, and then after that we will see Palm Valley Animal Center as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started now.
Okay, so this is Ranger. He's a husky mix here. He's a male. He did already come in sterilized. He came in last month around the 28th. No microchip was found. Still no owners have came by for him. His adoption fee you're looking at is around $73. He's super sweet, full of energy, so definitely take the time, play ball with him. He'd love it. Okay, so this is Margie. She is around a year old. She is very shy at the beginning, but with the right person to show her the right love, I'm sure her personality will definitely spark out. You're looking at $138 for her adoption fee. She is ready to go to her new home. Super. Okay, so this is Becca. Super cute little sweetheart. Her adoption fee you're looking at is $118. She's like a Keeler Terrier mix in her. She is estimated to be around 5 months old. Super sweet, super playful, definitely wants to be next to her owner, whoever she's with, and definitely come by and meet her. Alright, so this is Bambi. She is super sweet, great personality. So Bambi was actually owner surrendered to us a while back. Then the owners came back and adopted her. And then she was just owner surrendered to us back again recently. Her adoption fee is $30. She's completely worked up, ready to go. I have not seen her not get along with anyone. She's so sweet. She's around a year and a half. She's like a lab mix. So definitely come by, come meet her. She's a great addition to the family. So here we have is Martin. He was owner surrendered to us here. He is such a big boy. He is super hyper, needs lots of playtime, but he couldn't get a sweeter personality. He is around 9 months old. His adoption fee is going to be around $138. So definitely come by, come visit him. Super sweet. Definitely needs to go to a good home.
Okay, so that was Victoria Animal Control's dogs list for today, and now we're moving on to Palm Valley Animal Center.
Hi everyone, this is Lexington. Lexington is a female. She is just going to be about a year old. So she's pretty much about full grown. As you can tell, she's a perfect little medium-sized dog. Loves to be outside, loves to run around, loves to be loved on and get lots of pets and cuddles. She'd be great for someone who has kids. She has lots of patience and has a good amount of energy. If the kiddos can run around with her outside. She's great with other dogs and would really enjoy having another furry sibling at home if you have pets already. So if you're looking for a pet or know somebody who's looking for a pet, come on down to the Paw Center and you can get to know our little Lexington a little more. Lexington did come in from Weslaco. She was a stray, and we are hoping to find her forever home. This is Daisy. Daisy is about 8 months old. She came to us from San Juan. She was an owner surrender, so for whatever reason, her owners were just unable to take care of her. But she's a very sweet girl. She's been with us since August 20th, so she's been with us for a while now. And she's about full grown. She has a beautiful brown color, super friendly, loves to be with other dogs, great with people, and loves to play outdoors. So if you have kiddos who are big outdoor people, or you yourself an outdoor person, this is a dog for you. And we really encourage you to come on out and to meet our sweet Daisy. This is our sweet girl, Dee Dee. As you can tell, she's a very happy dog. Look at that big, beautiful smile. She has a beautiful brindle color, and she just has the sweetest face, and she loves attention and cuddles. She's just a happy-go-lucky girl, the sweetest dog you could ask for. Dee Dee came to us from Palmview. She was found as a stray. She is just a little over a year, so this is about as big as our little Dee Dee's gonna get. She's that perfect medium size, and she loves to be outside, loves to play with other dogs, and just loves to be cuddled and get attention from humans, as you can tell. She'd make the perfect addition to any family. So if you are looking to add an addition to your family, Dee Dee is a great choice. If you're looking, so we encourage you to come down at Paws and come meet our sweet Dee Dee. This is Juniper. Juniper is about 11 months old, so she's that perfect age where she still has a little bit of puppy left in her, but she's growing up. And she's about full grown. She probably won't get much bigger than this. She'll probably fill out and grow a little bit to the sides once she gets home and she finds her forever home and her humans spoil her with treats and all sorts of other goodies. She's been with us since July 26th, so this sweet girl has been with us for quite some time now. She loves to be with other dogs, loves to play outside, and as you can see, loves to be loved and cuddled by humans. She's been very, very sweet, and we're hoping that she'll find her forever home. If you have kiddos who love to play outside, or you yourself are an outdoors person, she's the perfect dog for you. We encourage you to come on down to Paws and get to know our sweet girl Juniper a little more. Juniper did come in from McAllen as a stray, and we are so excited that we're going to help her find her forever home. This is Mishka. Mishka came to us from Hidalgo County. She's been with us since August 3rd. So she has been with us for quite some time. She was found as a stray. From what we can see, Mishka is just shy of her first birthday. She did have a litter. And while we can't get, so she was very young when she had her first, what we hope would be her first litter. And while we can't go back and change that, we can guarantee that that was her last litter, as Mishka's been spayed. And so we're really hoping that she can get that puppy time back and be a puppy again. She is the perfect mixture of a puppy on the brisk of adulthood. So she is playful and fun like a puppy, but a little calmer and very trainable. She loves to play outside, loves humans. Look at that big, beautiful smile. She is a happy, sweet girl, and she cannot wait to go to her forever home. Mishka, as I said, is just shy of her first birthday, so this is about as big as she's gonna get. Of course, we do hope that she's gonna grow a little more to the sides once she gets home and her owners spoil her with treats and other yummy goodies. Mishka would be a great playmate for either another furry sibling or if you have kiddos at home. So we encourage you to come on down to Paws. If you or you know somebody who's looking to add an addition to their family, Mishka would be a great addition to any family. This is Nancy. Nancy was brought in from far. She was brought in as a stray originally. As you can tell, Nancy is a very sweet girl. She is about a little over a year old, so this is about as big as she's gonna get. She's a perfect size medium dog. She may put on a little weight when she goes into the home and she gets spoiled with treats and little goodies. But as you can tell, she's a sweetheart. She has these beautiful markings and lots of different nice colors on her. And she's a very sweet girl who loves to play outside, loves to run around, and loves playing fetch and whatnot with everyone here at Palm Valley, and is looking forward to finding her forever home.
Okay guys, so there you have it for today's broadcast of featured dogs from Victoria Animal Control and Palm Valley Animal Center. And as I mentioned before I started the broadcast feed, please remember that each and every animal that we are showing is facing a very real exit deadline, which means they are facing euthanasia. So to be able to make space for other animals to be able to come into the shelter and be able to be given a chance to live, we need to try to network these dogs as quickly as possible to be able to find them adopters or fosters to be able to get them out. So please, 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 anybody that you think might be interested, please tag them in this video and let's see what we can do to try to get them out as soon as possible, because they are all wonderful dogs. They all deserve the chance to find loving homes. And for some of them, this is going to be their last opportunity, their last, couple of days to even possibly have a chance to get out. So let's work together and see if we can do what we can to get them out, okay? A couple things that I'd just like to mention really quickly. There are a lot of people out there that I know want to help and be involved in animal rescue, but I think that unfortunately there is a lack of education and information out there, and maybe there is a lot more available that I am not terribly familiar with, but if it's out there, it's kind of hard to find. Sometimes there's even misinformation on some of the posts that you'll see on social media about what people can and can't do when it comes to animal rescue. So I just put together a really short little list of 6 things that you can do today, right now, to be able to contribute to being able to benefit animals. So the first thing that you can do, obviously, as I've gone over several different times already in this broadcast alone, is sharing the information that you see, whether it is sharing this video or posts of dogs or cats or any kind of animal that you see on Facebook or Instagram. Or Snapchat. There's all kinds of different social media platforms these days to be able to network animals in and out of different rescues and shelters. So what you can do is sharing. All you have to do is click share. It's literally as easy as clicking the bottom right button, I believe it is on Facebook, and I'm not terribly sure what the location is for some of the other social media platforms, but do everything that you possibly can to share, because obviously the more eyes that see the post, the more opportunity that animal has to be seen by the perfect person who may know exactly the perfect family for this particular dog, or the perfect rescue that specializes in this particular breed, and they would be willing to facilitate getting the dog out of the shelter. So do everything that you possibly can, as many times as you possibly can, to share these animals, okay? Number 2 thing that you can do is volunteering your time. Pretty much every shelter in the United States is short on volunteers. And even if they're not short on volunteers, every shelter can use as much time as possible from people that are willing to donate their time and their efforts to be able to do things like walking the dogs or bathing the dogs, or even doing potty duty in the kennels. I know nobody really loves to do that, but it's necessary and it has to be done for the sake of the animals. I mean, who wants to live in their own waste? Nobody does, and animals don't deserve it either. So if you ever have the spare time and the opportunity available to be able to participate in these kinds of activities, please contact your local shelter and let them know that you're interested in volunteering your time. If you don't know which local shelter would necessarily be closest to you, or how many different shelters in your area there actually are, you can actually go to shelterpetslive.com, and I believe it is under the Give button or tab at the top of the page. There's going to be a column that says volunteer on that page, and if you click there, it will actually take you to a website where you can enter your zip code, and it'll show you every shelter in your area, and you can just contact each and every one of those and let them know that you're willing to volunteer, and I can assure you pretty much every single one of them is going to want you to come in and help them out. So please do that. Give when you can. I know it's not always necessarily convenient for everybody with work schedules, but even if you just have like an hour a week, sometimes if you have kids, they will accept you bringing your kids in with you, and it's a really great opportunity for children to be able to learn about animals and animal shelters and how rescues work and how to treat animals with respect and how to take care of animals. There are so many different things you can learn from volunteering. So anytime you're able to include your children in that, that is a great experience and learning opportunity for them for the future. Another thing that you can always do, and it may not be the most popular way to participate, but I actually have seen some people that do it all day, every day. It's pledging, and not everyone has money to be able to give to every single dog that they see. But even if it's just $1, if 100 different people contribute $1 to a specific dog, that's $100 more than they started out with, and $100 more that any tagging rescue that wants to be able to pull an animal from a shelter will have to be able to cover expenses like transport or veterinary services or boarding if necessary. And all of these services are going to be covered by the rescue. So if you don't have a foster in place, then those services are needed. They're necessary to be able to get the dog out of the shelter and make more space for other animals. So hopefully they have local fosters available to be able to save on some of those expenses. But unfortunately, when that's not the case and a foster is not available, sometimes to be able to save lives, they have to be able to board and they have to be able to pay for transport. So being able to contribute, even like I said, just $1 can end up adding up over a short amount of time when there's a lot of people contributing to the cause. So anytime you see someone calling for pledges and you have the ability to do so, please consider giving some money to these different PayPal accounts. Like I have explained the process before in some of the previous videos that I've done, for those of you that are not familiar with it and haven't actually seen those videos, just very quickly, I'll just explain very, very briefly. that to be able to attract the attention of rescues that, like I said, have to pay for things out of their own pocket, as a nonprofit organization, they depend on pledges and donations to be able to do everything that they do associated with rescue. So being generous from your own heart and your own pocket and pledging money towards these organizations that are willing to pull animals makes it easier for them to be able to pull more animals and save more lives. So anytime you see someone asking for donations and posting a PayPal account, feel free to make a donation or a pledge to be able to assist them in getting the animal out. That's one of the best things that you can do to be able to keep rescues in operation so that we can try to save as many animals in shelters as possible. Another thing that you can do besides donating money is donating material goods to your local shelters. So pretty much every shelter in the United States that I know of, and please correct me if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments section of this video feed if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure that every shelter will take donations, whether it is food, kitty litter, newspaper. Pretty much all of them these days have a donation page either located on their shelter website, or even better, they have an Amazon wish list set up where you can actually just go follow the link, click on it, and it'll take you right to Amazon and their specific wish list, letting you know exactly what it is they need, how much of it is that they need of it, and you can actually just click pay for it and have it sent directly to the shelter. You never have to do anything besides use your little finger to, select the item and click pay, and it gets delivered directly there. So it's really, really easy to be able to contribute by just the use of technology these days. Another thing that you can do if you're actually physically able to go to the shelter and drop off items is approach different organizations and businesses in your community, like whether it's a hotel or the gym that you belong to. You can approach them and ask them, hey, what do you do with your towels that you are done with and that you're about to throw away? Or what are you doing with the bed sheets that have, reached their maximum lifespan and you're going to be just tossing them out? See if they're willing to donate those to you, because they go through those very regularly, and it would be very much appreciated for the dogs and the cats and the puppies and the kittens that don't necessarily have anything but the hard concrete to sleep on sometimes. So if you can get them to donate those items to you and deliver them to the shelter, that is a huge, huge thing that you can do for them. Another thing that you can do is approaching your different corner stores and grocery stores about what they do with their daily newspapers. You can actually see if they'd be willing to give those to you, because frankly they're obviously no good by the end of that day. It's all outdated, so either they're going to throw it away, or maybe they would like to donate it to a good cause, like being able to be used for, like I said, puppies or kittens, because they need places to go potty. So those kinds of material donations are incredibly helpful, beneficial to the shelter, and very much appreciated. So if you can secure any kind of agreement with, like I said, your local businesses in your community to be able to provide those and donate those to the shelter, please do so. And if you can get creative with any other ideas that I haven't thought of or suggested here, hey, I'd love to know them too, so I can share them with everybody else. So feel free to message me and let me know some other good ideas of items that might be helpful to shelters and ways that you can collaborate to recycle or repurpose these for use in your local shelter. The last thing I would suggest, and it's actually probably pretty easy to do, but most people are probably a little bit intimidated because maybe they don't know exactly what to say or who necessarily to contact, but advocating for change of local animal welfare laws, whether it's in Texas or wherever you live. There may be some less than perfect laws in place like we have here that I would absolutely love to see changed. However, You have to be able to lobby your local officials to be able to get some of these changes enacted. So what I'm planning on trying to do is create some form templates to be able to allow people to copy and paste them and just fill the information in with their local city council or local legislature for the state. You can copy and paste the information, and I will actually try to come up with a good link where you can enter your county and or maybe your zip code would be more appropriate, I'm not quite sure, but where you can actually look up who your representatives are. And that way you can take this information and share it with them and share it with other people you know that would be willing to send it into their local lawmakers as well to be able to get some of these new laws enacted. I, for one, would love to see spay and neuter made a statewide law rather than, I believe it is just county-wide at this point. And like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to share any, inaccurate information, but I'm pretty sure that that's fairly accurate at this point in time. But I would love to see that change because if we can get spay and neuter laws made mandatory for any animal that is being released from a shelter, I think that within just a span of a couple of years, we would see a very, very drastic drop in the number of unwanted litters of animals being born out on the streets and inside of shelters, where if they're not adopted or rescued by a rescue group, then the only other option for them is to be euthanized. And I mean, who wants to see puppies and kittens euthanized and in large numbers? And that's frankly exactly what happens when we have these litters and litters and litters upon litters of kittens and puppies, especially during springtime when they are just all over the place and really hard to be able to find homes for all of them. So if we can get something like that made mandatory here in Texas, I think it would be just absolutely a huge game changer for the euthanization rate in the state. That's about it for the 6 ways that you can help today to be able to help animals in your local shelter and out there stray on the streets. And the last thing that I do want to mention, just very quickly, is our social media. So we have, obviously, Facebook, we have an Instagram account, and we have a Twitter account as well. All of those are really simple to find. It's all Shelter Pets Live. So the first one is facebook.com/ShelterPetsLive. Instagram is instagram.com/ShelterPetsLive. And then Twitter is twitter.com/ShelterPetsLive. So it should be very easy for you to be able to find us on any of those platforms. And I look forward to you liking, following, I don't know what they call Twitter followers. I'm actually really new to it. So pardon me if it's not quite as active as the other 2 are. But I've just never kind of jumped on the Twitter bandwagon. But I'm trying it out now. Hopefully it'll work and maybe help me to spread the word about Shelter Pets Live and trying to get some of these animals that we're featuring on the broadcast into new homes. So that's going to be it for today's broadcast. Once again, I apologize for the late start, but hopefully that will not be an issue too much longer, as I will be looking into either getting my computer work faster or getting some kind of external hard drive. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please share this broadcast with anybody that you know that you think might be interested in trying to save some lives. So have a good rest of your day, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.